All right, time for our top-seeded group in the girls 4x8. There's Mountain View from Idaho. Along with Lincoln, Mount Prospect, East Lake, Wilson. Lisa Rodriguez will lead off. York, Camas, Sherwood, and Summit, and Central Catholic and Issaquah. Top marks in this group. We got a lot of low nines, but a lot of them are estimated times. Wilson, Long Beach clearly has, I don't know if they've run this year. It shows a 9.3. I guess that's an official mark. Rodriguez, Bryant, Tyndall, and Jones. Eastlake has a 9.10. Elmhurst, York, a 9.13. Wilson did run that. Oh, it was Texas Relays last week. And that was Shariah Lewis-Williams, who we saw anchoring earlier. Riley Jones, Rodriguez, and Kimani Tyndall. We're showing in the entry list, at least. Rodriguez, Tyndall. Remember, coaches have the options to make changes, both in the actual athletes and also in the order. They are not required to text us. Dan's working on that.
Well, you have to get to know the athletes. It's interesting. If those bib numbers were a little bit bigger or my eyes were a little bit better, then it wouldn't be an issue. But no, you get to know, especially when you see the Wilson Long Beach ladies out there on such a regular basis. You get to know their faces. And, you know, like Astor Jones, you can pick her out of a lineup because she's at the front of the pack all the time. But no, it's a little bit confusing. And then, you know, we're trying to, when they're not in the lineup at all, then it's even a little bit more difficult. You got to go to the school stats webpage and stuff. But no, this is kind of fun, and you know, it's nice to see people just rising up to the challenge. I think Wilson Long Beach has done a great job of presenting themselves as the team to beat. And whether it's the 4x2, the 4x8, you know, they come in here with a target on their backs, and you know, Crater went all out just to beat them in that 4x800 meter race. And they're not a villain, but they're just, you know, they put the target on their backs, and they've kind of set the standard for what this meet should be.
Well, and, you know, they come in, they want to win every one of the relay races. I mean, that's why they travel like this. They're in second right now after one carry. It's East Lake, 10:19:56, then Wilson, then Camas, York, and Mount Prospect.
Well, you mentioned it earlier, the Wilson Long Beach. They've been to a number of meets here already this season. The Pasadena relays, the Cal relays, they've been to the Texas relays. You travel that much, you go to that many big meets this time of the season, especially you're coming off Texas relays. That was some fantastic competition over there. And then you show up really a month ahead of everybody else here in the Pacific Northwest from a competition standpoint.
And then the California season really has 2 months to go if you're thinking about, you know, getting to Fresno for the CIF or Clovis for the championships. East Lake continues their good start. It was a 63-second lap, first lap of the second carry. Then Wilson, Camas, Mount Prospect, York. All right, we're going to check in with the boys pole vault Chase McGee of Camas came in pretty late in the competition, cleared 3 heights. Now we're at 16.4 3/4. Just off his PR of 16.8. This is his 3rd attempt. He has already won the competition. And he will go higher, thank you. Caden Andre Van Lith went out at 15.11, so he'll finish 2nd. Ethan Carter 3rd, Sawyer Dean 4th. Spark Show of Bainbridge 5th. Halfway
well, that was
point.
a nice jump. I was going to say that was a nice jump by Chase McGee. Really patient on the runway there, but great timing as he puts that pole overhead. He's really patient in the bend in the bend of that pole as well, and that's a nice clearance over 5 meters. And 5 meters is becoming a real regular thing for him, although he has gone 4 inches higher.
Eastlake the leader at the halfway point. At a 9-second edge on Wilson. Mount Prospect, Camas, Issaquah now 5th. Sherwood now 6th. Mountain View now 7th. So again, an Eastlake relay team showing. Time to beat is Meads 9:57.78. And we're on a 9:12 pace for Eastlake. .912, by the way, would be number 7 U.S. this year. Of course, we don't know what Wilson has lurking in their last 2 legs. They're only 9 seconds back. There you see the margin now. And looks like the Wilson runners trying to make up some ground here. Pick out that name. Is that Riley Jones? Well, whoever it is, she's closing in.
Yeah, Bob, that is Riley Jones. She's run 2:17 as a season best. She did that on March 15th at the Cal Relays, her overall personal best there, and she absolutely has reeled her way into a top spot here, challenging the leaders.
And boy, that was not a comfortable meet for sprinters. Very cold, very wet on the Friday night there in Long Beach. Eastlake narrow lead now, 2 seconds. So Jones just ran a 65.73 to get Wilson back into it. Here we go, final carry of the 4x8.
For Wilson Long Beach, this is Journey Spencer. And Bob, I got to tell you, looking at her stats, this is as long a race as she's ever run. She hasn't run anything over 400 meters ever in her life. She's a 100-meter, 200-meter specialist. She jumps a little bit, but she's run quite a few relays. She ran a 200-meter leg yesterday on the sprint medley relay. But to see her go out to 800 meters, this is just a big experiment, and she is holding up really, really well here with 1 lap to go.
Well, she closed ground in the first 400. Yeah, she's already been on the podium once. And if they can be number 1 here, this is going to be quite the run for her. Williams for Eastlake. Spencer for Wilson. Meet record is 9:20. Spencer to the lead. Boy, is she, what kind of 800 is this going to be? She ran a 65 for her first lap. Have the Bruins found another 800 runner?
Well, I'm going to say she just probably ran herself out of the short sprints and into the middle distances
No
for
kidding.
Wilson Long Beach here.
Because she is not dragging at the end. New meet record, 9:18. 9:18.9 for Wilson, 65.67 for Spencer on the final leg. Eastlake also broke the old meet record, 9:20.07. And Summit, the team that held the meet record, will finish fourth. Camas, Issaquah got around him. Summit will be fifth. Relay wins keep coming for Wilson.
Well, and I think what a find, Journey Spencer. And here's the thing, Bob, you can't do that to your athletes unless you have the program and the background to back that up. And they're just some high school programs. They really they put these kids into more of a distance-based programs. So then when they get into the season, all they have to do is speed work. You do a lot of the over-distance stuff. And you know, you see young athletes come out of these high school distance-based programs, and then they get to college and they're very successful. And you can see here, Journey Spencer, this 800 meters was not a problem for her. She was able to get out there and compete. And although she doesn't really know tactically how to attack this race, she did a really good job of just holding pace and then making a move with 200 meters to go when she thought she could go.
And boy, she never looked like she needed a float or anything. She just attacked both laps.